slaves. Well, we're kinda in a waiting period between really big events, and I am going to do another music album review. Now, I will give you one guess which album I'm going to be reviewing. Yep, you got it. Bangerz by Miley Cyrus. Now, unlike my art pop review, which was done 2 days after the release of the album, Bangerz has been out for a while. It came out October the 4th of last year. As you all know, Miley Cyrus has been singing for quite some time. This is the 4th album under the name Miley Cyrus, but those 4 albums actually followed 3 albums before that were released under the name Hannah Montana. So, altogether, Miley Cyrus has released a total of 7 albums. So she's busy. She's a busy chick. Let's go ahead and start with the packaging. Now the cover, pardon the glare of my computer, the cover reminds me of a lot of like the early 1990s. Like the typeface of the Bangerz logo lighting up, and just, you know, the shading of the purple into the kind of orangish, tannish. It just, and even her wardrobe, the dress that she's wearing, it just screams early 1990s to me, and it's cute. I like it. Now here's a better look at the album cover. Back, same thing. You know, still uses I believe it's the same dress she's wearing on the front, and still has the shading and the squares. The only thing about the back was that really the best color to make the names of the songs, because that's hard to see. Can you guys even see the name of the songs on the back of this? Probably not. They're there. I can see them. But even so, even with the naked eye, you have to be like, what does that say? So, yeah. As for the disc art, there isn't any. It's just the white disc that says Miley Cyrus Bangerz. So that's kind of a disappointment, because I really like disc art. A lot of Miley being her naughty rebel self, and I love it. She's so cute. Here's the other side, more naughty Miley. So now, let's start talking about each song. Also keep in mind that what I bought is the standard release album. I know that there was a deluxe release that had 3 extra songs on it. When I'm editing, I'll look them up and I'll list them for you right here. But in the meantime, we're just going to talk about the standard album. First up, Adore You. I Adore You is a very sweet, very sensual song. It's definitely a song made really well for a couple in love. Matter of fact, at Bangerz tour, Britney took advantage of Adore You when Miley was singing it. Didn't you, Britney? Yeah, you see, Britney's boyfriend, his name is Holden, and he was up in the nosebleeds. So when Miley started singing Adore You, Britney and Holden put the lights on in their phone, and they shined it at each other, and they shared a moment. Ooh. But yeah, Adore You is very, very cute, very sensual, and, you know, it's probably the slowest and the sweetest song on the album. Next up, We Can't Stop. The legend that started it all. We Can't Stop was Miley's big return, and just, I love the attitude, I love the music video. It is a really good rebel song. You know, I can jam to it because I can relate to it, and so can Miley. You know, that's why she wrote the damn thing. Number 3, SMS, also known as Bangerz the Song. This is the best dance song on the album. It is probably the most upbeat, most intense of all the songs on here, and I fucking love dancing to it. As a matter of fact, when the song gets to this part, I can't help but want to do this. I think that's about all I could say on SMS. The fourth song... Can't read this print. Oh yeah. 4x4. 4x4, to me, is a throwback to Country Miley. Because it is a very country sounding song. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, usually I don't care for country, but when it's upbeat and catchy country, I can dig it. And that's the case with 4x4. 4x4 is also a really good cruising song. I think it's a easy song to get into while you're driving. My Darling. My Darling is another sweet song. My Darling is the kind of song that you can lift your lighter or your cell phone to and just wave it back and forth. And one of these days I will make a movie, and it will be in 3D. Yes, the all too famous Wrecking Ball. You all love it. I made a fucking awesome music video to it, and it will probably forever go down as one of the top 100 most remembered songs in history. It's the kind of song where you can really feel the pain and suffering behind it. You know, Miley went through a lot of shit with Liam Hemsworth, and she makes it very clear in Wrecking Ball. I think it's safe to say that Miley got the final word in that one. Love, Money, Party. This one's kind of straightforward. I mean, just kind of sings about precisely those things. Love, money, and partying. All three are great to have. All three are great to have a lot of. And that's all can really be said about that. And that's all that can be really said about the song. Next up is hashtag Get It Right. Now, I stated earlier that Adore You is a very sensual song. Well, hashtag Get It Right is a very, very sexual song. It's, matter of fact, the wonderful song to fuck to. It's talks about laying in a bed and getting it on. So yay! If I ever burn like a mega mix of songs that I enjoy fucking to, hashtag Get It Right will definitely be on it. And then there's Drive. Now, Drive used to be just another It's There song for me. Just like Love, Money, Party, but that changed at Bangerz tour. Now, when Miley sung Drive, they had these giant ass lasers shooting to the ceiling that matched kind of the Tesla coil sound of the song, and it was so intense. But if that wasn't enough, Miley said, everyone put the lights on your phone up. And everyone did. And what's so fucking crazy is, like, you know, if you have a smartphone, you know how bright the light is. I mean, it'll show you the way out of a dark room, but it's not incredibly super bright. Use 3,000 plus of them at the same time, it's a different story. I mean, my camera, it really couldn't do justice of the awe and the amazement of that New Orleans arena during Drive. The combined lights of everyone's cell phones almost completely lit up the room to as if the main lights were back on. It was crazy. I mean, you can watch it again, but like I said, you know, I panned around the arena when it was going on, but just, it does not serve it enough justice. You had to be there to really get this. So, I'm going off topic, but point I'm trying to make is, because of Bangerz tour, Drive is now a really powerful song for me. F you. Well, for starters, it's the abbreviation of a phrase that I use on a daily basis. But more importantly, it's another song that I can relate to. I can think of somebody that I only have 2 letters for, and they would be F and U. And I'm certain this is another song of Miley that was directed towards her ex. But you know, rather than being this is a you hurt me kind of song, this is like fuck off, I don't need you kind of song. I mean, literally, that's what she's saying. She's saying F you. So, there you go. More power to Miley. Do My Thing. Another song, yet another song on the Bangerz album that I can relate to. You know, lately, both me and Miley, more so Miley because she's more famous than I am, but this applies to both of us. We've been getting some hate because we both push the envelope and our appearances aren't ones that people are used to. Our exposure isn't what people is used to. And a lot of people have a problem with it. But you know what? I don't care. We're gonna be okay, because we're gonna do our thing. Maybe you're right. I don't know about this one, guys. Just because it seems like such a different direction from the other songs that Miley has used to address the pain from her ex. In both Wrecking Ball and FU, Miley is making it very clear that she is right and he is wrong. Well, maybe you're right kind of goes against that. It sounds like she's questioning if she's in the right or not. I mean, the lousy fucking asshole cheated on her, so obviously she's in the right. But I don't know. I guess maybe I can relate to that too. There was some points that I started to question, if this was the right way to go, if leaving what I had behind was really the best thing to do, if that was the answer. But, I've always overcome that. I've always, said no, this was right. This was definitely right. And I'm pretty sure Miley feels the same way. So I guess this is just kind of getting out like, yeah, I know I'm right. I know I'm a stronger person. But sometimes I think, well, maybe I wasn't right. And that's what this song is expressing. So I guess I can get behind it, but it's a little harder to. And finally, Someone Else. And not really anything to set someone else apart from a lot of the songs I've already talked about, because it's another song that Miley wrote to address her ex with. And she's kind of defining, the message of this one is, she knows what love is, he didn't. And she's just kind of saying that if you're looking for love, you're not going to find it in me, because I already know that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. So, I mean, it's another pretty powerful message, but, being the last track on the album and having so many songs before it with the same message, it's really hard to get into Someone Else. If it was one of the first tracks, it would have been different, but it has the disadvantage of being the final track, and it's just too much like the others. I still like it, but it just doesn't stand out. So, all in all, I definitely enjoy the Bangerz Tour album. If I had any complaints about it, I think it would just be this one, that there are too many songs with the same subject matter, telling off her ex. I get that she's a powerful individual, I get that she was hurt by him, and that, these thoughts of hers had to be, and feelings of hers had to be expressed and heard, and they have been. But I don't know if she needed that many songs to do it, I would have liked a little more variety in the album, but that doesn't stop it from being awesome. If you've considered getting it, but you needed someone to convince you to get it, then let me be the one to say, go to the fucking store and fucking get it. Because it's a damn good album. Be on the lookout for Bad Girl Goes to WrestleMania 30 coming next week. Until then, I love you all. Stay sexy. Bad Girl salute.
Bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad.